This is IBM Museum, and I have a little bit of an unboxing. I've got actually a few different boxes, but I want to go over this one in particular. And I actually just pushed the ThinkPad T40 back a little bit because a lot of these, what is in this box, may be for this series of ThinkPad. There's I know there's some power supplies, there's some external diskette drives and things like that. But let's take a look. I'm going to get the webcam turned off there, just get on the camcorder input. And of course, Windows XP is just taking its time as it can. Back behind me to actually going through and shutting down. Tell me something about some instruction or something else like that. That's fine, but hey, it finally went to a dark screen, just the charging battery. And I went through and I've masked both addresses. Address unique individual. It's not an eBay transaction or anything like that. Facebook Marketplace. I'm wanting to go through and mask off the wonderful person I did a transaction with. As well as my own address. And just, of course, cutting through a little bit of extra paper there. Okay. We've got some good shipping, nice bubble packages. And here is our items. We've got, and there's even a packing list that was done for these as well, handwritten, to tell what exactly it was. And I'm thinking that some of these, I have my separate T42 laptop down here, and I'll be picking up the T41 this weekend too. So there's right off the bat, first power supply grab. I've got an additional power supply now between the all the T40 and T42 at least that I have right now. Possibly, I think the T41 I'm picking up, it has some of these items, but I've got an extra power supply, which is a good thing. And I could go through and I could look by FRUs and everything else, but that's fine. This is older style ThinkPad power, and I've got some of those around too, so that'll be nice and handy to have. Just that AC adapter. Get to where my ring light can't reflect too much, and get it to where, I can go through, and this is part number 85G6704. I can go through and even do a little bit of a Google search and find out what these power supplies work on which models. Well, this is probably even a more particular early, well, I don't know for that. That might even be a little bit later for that plug. And there's the label on that one. Make sure we have danger in all these different languages. And it is a 15 volt power supply, 19 amp. and shows the pinout, of course, usually center positive. And that's part number 33G4253. Okay. Some of these might be duplicates. I'll probably do the power supplies here first. Okay, so there's another old style ThinkPad power supply. You see adapter, shows the pinouts there. And that's a part number 49G2192. Okay, and even a made in Japan conventional JDEC power cord. That might be the same or close to what this one is. Let's see, the part number 44G3737. Let's get to some of these small ones that may be, yeah, that looks like another one will work for my T40s and T41, T42, as well as probably some other models. And so there's that. And this is (02K6749). (16 volts at 4.5 amp). So that'll be a nice one to have. I can put to immediate use. I mean, that looks like the same plug again. So I'll be set with those supplies. And pin out 16 volts at 3.36 amps. Part number 02K7006. There's quite a few of them with that. That may have been one that we already, a duplicate of another one that we already did. 12J1441. Yeah, these all sound different at the time that I go over them. 16 volt at 2.2 amps. So I got a lot of different amperage adapters I could do. Probably with the dock, with the system in the dock and everything else, it's going to be a little bit higher amperage. Let me look for the final, or some of these, some of the last supplies, and we'll get to the so another looks like a pretty good length, probably 6 foot length. JDEC 13 power cord, old style ThinkPad power connection again, and that is the part number is the 49G2192. As of course the output, they've got different voltages listed there, and for the different amps for a multi-pin connector like that. So that's another one of those big supplies. And then So this is a separate cord. This is even one I thought I wanted to check out pretty good. I was even wondering, I was kind of interested in what it would be. Okay, so here's I think there's also a VGA style PCMCA adapter. And that's what that little connector would go to. Oh no, that's more like a serial port or something there. I had to look that up. And then, so that's part number 09333229. Yeah, third character can sometimes be a digit. Doesn't always have to be a letter. And it makes it a little bit harder to look up, of course. A lot of time when you're doing a two numbers and then a character and then 4 digits, it's easy to look up online. Doesn't get confused with too much other stuff, but you know, I don't think that's token ring or anything like that. It's a 9-pin connector. These are the little, they had sometimes the little external battery packs or the adapters that went from the ThinkPad, the 3-pin to the 4-pin. And that's what that is. And this little blue cable thing, I don't know if that's got FRUs anywhere on it. Maybe a manual coverage. And then there's, I mean, that might be a joystick or a MIDI connection to the dock. Sometimes where they had a little clip the back of the docks just to, or even the systems themselves to go through and branch it out. And of course these do differ a little bit by the connections. I don't see any connection that really resembles that. I'd have to look at the dock just to see. We get into some external, even in the carry cases. And still packed, you know, maybe even in original foam. This looks like USB. This is a diskette drive. And so this is probably really similar even to the one that I have attached to the dock here already for, and that looks about the same length of cord and everything. So yeah, a little nice condition. USB portable diskette drive. And the FRU part number there of that 06P5223. Even though I've got power supplies kind of stacked over where this one is. And this is a portable drive. I want to go through, I'll set that new one inside the box. So for the existing one I had, identified the same way. 06P5223. So I've got for the T40, T41, T42, I've got external drives now. And remember, wrapped up cord's new. And the existing one I had. And then, oh, and there's another, it's kind of an extension cable or something here. And this may be for one of the drives. There we have that part number. How far are you to that? Easy way to look things up. Maybe I can go through the comments, something like that, to identify those of what they are. That just looks like some sort of a extension cable. And I even wonder if this is one of those, well, we'll see. It's wrapped up in bubble wrap. And okay. So there's that external diskette drive, and these look like it's a lot of time this was a internal connection in the bay, and then you have a cable, and this looks like an adaptation of one of those cables, that extension cable that's in there in the box to come out the side for that. And go to, and there are a number of systems, even the tablets and stuff like that went through and were able to connect up these things. And then we have that, even got like a return label. Wow. Please return to IBM Network Computing Executive Briefing Center, Mount Pleasant, New York. And then the bottom, this is that same sort of cable. There's the bottom. FRU part number 46H5749. For a earlier style of ThinkPad. Same sort of connection again. That looks like a very similar drive. It's a duplicate of that other one. And same FRU part number for that as well. So pretty cool and all that. I'll go through and I'll repackage everything back up and get those power supplies away, and then even probably look over the ones that'll go connect up to my T40 and T41, and go through and check those things out immediately and test them to see, make sure that they're good power supplies, because right now I've got the one power supply. And then I think that T41 that I'm picking up in Dallas on the weekend, I think that's got some additional components and power supplies and stuff like that. But I'm set even without that. So that's a nice feeling to have. And I'll I can go through and search on those other power supplies and the drives that are not real evident of what system they connect to, and figure what they work on. And I do have other older ThinkPads and the tablet, IBM tablets and stuff like that, that had the external diskette drives, and can pull those out at the appropriate point and check all that stuff out. So if you enjoy this video, go ahead and click on the like button. And as always, subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. But this is IBM Museum. That's all I have for now. Thank you.